Unused The Strangers 2 ending confirmed fate of Man in the Mask. An unused ending for confirmed the fate of serial killer Man in the Mask. The original The Strangers was a chilling slasher movie about a couple who are terrorized in their isolated home by 3 masked killers. The movie was all about slow burn dread and ended on a very dark note. Despite being a surprise success, it took a decade for a sequel to arrive. A sequel was set to go into production immediately following the movie's success, and Liv Tyler was due to return for a cameo in the opening scene, but it eventually fell into development hell. Director Johannes Roberts, 47 meters down, eventually took over the project and decided to make a sequel that wasn't as dark as the original. Follows a family of 4 who are stalked through an abandoned trailer park by the titular killers, but while the movie isn't exactly a reboot, it contains no overt nods to the first movie either. The sequel is more in line tonally with the slasher movies of the 1980s, right down to the synth-inspired score and direct nods to John Carpenter's Christine. Might have been a belated sequel, but it was a fun horror flick nonetheless. It also took the gutsy move of seemingly killing all 3 of its central villains, although it ends on a note indicating that perhaps one of them survived. Now an unused ending has been revealed by actor William Willett, via Bloody Disgusting, where he played a doctor who is murdered by a badly burned man in the mask. More pictures from this unseen ending can be found at the above link. Who somehow survived his many lethal injuries. Currently ends with the 2 survivors in a hospital safe and sound, only for teenager Kinsey to freak out when she hears an ominous knock on the door. It's a subtle ending that suggests either one of the killers lived, or she's going to spend the rest of her life haunted by that night. It also feels unlikely the man in the mask could live through being burned, impaled on a piece of glass and bashed in the head with a baseball bat. And since the sequel does nothing to suggest the killers are supernatural, it was the right move not to end on his surprise return. Following the success of Johannes Roberts has been hired to direct the movie reboot of Resident Evil. No plot details have been revealed for the new movie, but a recent interview with screenwriter Greg Russo suggested the script was heavily inspired by Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. That said, Russo is no longer part of the project, so it may have changed direction, which took the series back to its horror roots. James Wan also recently confirmed that, despite reports, he's no longer attached as producer to Resident Evil. Source: Bloody Disgusting.